Yo, what's going on, man? It's your boy Rick Taylor back with another episode of that Rick Taylor podcast. And I'm here tonight with two special guests, man, two close friends of mine. Went to high school together, man. Great guys, good vibes. And I'm here with my boy Chuck and Carlos, man. What's going on with y'all?
What's going on, man? Y'all may know me from running herbal work and doing a lot of work in the community with the youth. I've coached basketball for a long time. I played basketball for a long time, so yeah, that's me.
Hey, man, y'all know who I am, Carlos. You know, I got my own podcast as well called The Soul Podcast. We actually back up in production. So got things like that going on. And same with Chuck, play basketball. I still play basketball. Didn't coach, but, you know, I know a lot of people that do coach.
You should have coached.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We wanted you to come coach for a minute. For real.
Hey, that'd have been dope. But yeah, man, I still love the game. I actually went to a high school game yesterday. It was dope. So still support the youth.
Who you go see yesterday?
It was the Whitnell and what was it, Thoreau or something like that? I think that was it.
Play? I know Whitnell won though.
Yeah,
I saw the
they
end
did.
of the game.
They did. It was, bro, these cats different, bro.
yeah,
Man,
definitely.
basketball days, man. Y'all boys is on that team representing for Hamilton, putting in that work, man.
Yeah.
I like the fact that we on the basketball topic, man. What do y'all think about the Ja Morant situation?
Oh, man, I didn't even know you was finna start with that.
Yeah, man. Let's get into it.
By the way, did you just see the video that just surfaced?
With him in the
at
strip club? Yeah. I ain't seen the video. I just seen a picture.
Oh, bro, he's at the strip club with a whole stripper, like bouncing on me, like
I seen a picture. I ain't seen
money
the video.
everywhere.
Well, that's normal.
Yeah, I'm like,
I mean, I feel like that's normal behavior for an NBA player.
Right.
His age too. He's super young,
Like
so
23.
he's
Right.
23. But
23 with millions. Come on now.
I saw the video with the gun.
Yeah,
Like,
that
and-
I saw that too.
And that is not normal behavior.
No,
Like, that's not normal behavior for a regular 23-year-old. It shouldn't be, but to be of his stature and to be doing that, that's kind of ridiculous.
It's safe to say, of course, he was drunk, but you know, with your type of name, you had to have some people around you like, yo, don't do that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I ain't gonna bash him too much because you know what I'm saying. People make mistakes, make bad decisions and stuff like that. I know that's probably his true character. He's just feeling himself, or I don't know what the case may be that made him do that. But you know, a lot of people went through these type of situations. Like it might be a little different or whatever. They had their bad times. It's all about how you bounce back from it and what you learn from it.
Paul Pierce had an interesting take on it, which I kind of agree on. Because
Yeah.
Paul Pierce said, you know, after he got stabbed in that nightclub incident, that he carried a weapon. So I definitely understand in today's day and age where, you know, you post the wrong thing on Instagram and somebody pulling up on you trying to kill you. You know, we see it happen with rappers and stuff all the time. I definitely understand in this day and age carrying a weapon to protect yourself, but I don't think he should have made that public knowledge.
Yeah, no.
You know, he's not a rapper. He's an NBA player, and he has a certain way that he's supposed to hold himself, you know, because the youth look up to these guys.
And more than that too, like he didn't come from that. Like at least that's what it portrayed to seem.
That's questionable.
Right,
I don't know.
Right? It didn't seem like he came from that. It had a really, his dad and mom was very involved in his life. But to y'all points into things that y'all know, just because you have a household like that don't mean like internally that you've been going through stuff yourself.
Yeah.
Fact.
So this is the point of what Rick was just saying. Like we're not bashing him, but what we're saying is who's ever around him, he is held at a whole different standard where now it's our responsibility to make sure he stays, you know, focus on that goal, because this is an opportunity that I'm talking about millions of people wish they can be in.
What is
let alone
that?
Ja Morant.
0.003%
Oh,
or
yeah,
something.
exactly.
People that make it to the league.
Like,
Like,
and
it's,
then to have it that success that quick that he's having, and that's the scary part that I'm looking at. Like, it happened so fast. You get people like, he literally should reach out to his big brothers of the NBA. Allen Iverson is one of them.
Yeah.
Like, I would reach out to him so quick.
Allen Iverson,
somebody else was
Carmelo,
speaking on that too.
a lot of people. Gilbert, most definitely
About
Gilbert.
the fact that the Grizzlies don't have a player over 27 years old.
Yes,
so they
that
have
is-
no OGs
Steven
on
Adams
the
is the
team.
oldest person. He's like 28.
Yeah,
that's a fact.
That's crazy.
That's the youngest team in the league.
No OGs on that team at
No,
all.
that's
So they
important.
all young knuckleheads. That's why you got Dylan Brooks running around poking his chest out and stuff.
Yeah.
And I've seen the comments and the memes and stuff about Ja being silver spoon or whatever.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
I don't really want to dive too much
Yeah,
into that. 'Cause
exactly.
I don't know what went on in their life, or if they just started getting money. You don't know how.
Right.
You don't know what that young man went through or what he had to go through. But to be where he is now, and to kind of be like portraying himself, it seems like as like this thuggish type figure. That's wild to me.
Yeah,
because this is not the first incident. It's like it keep happening again and again, and it's like, yo, somebody around this young man, his dad, somebody should be intervening. It's starting to look real bad.
It is. Yeah, that's a great point.
What do y'all think that, like, do you think, like, even if he didn't come from that background, do you think it's just, I don't know. Do you think the money is making him do that, or like just I don't know, like the fact that people don't think he's from that life make him want to be more from it, or
unless I don't know something about us, we can't even speak on the money per se. But what I think we all can agree on is when you enter into a new life such as that, I think the song Biggie made was the more money you come by, the more problems you see, right? So what happens is that putting yourself in a situation such as what he's done, immediately you got to look at your circle and be like, all right, who is here to really support me and who loves me for real versus who just want to tag along? Because those people who are there to support you are really going to make sure, like, oh, G's going, hey, bro, get your, however y'all talk to each other, hey, get it together. I think those conversations didn't happen, or that mindset of, all right, let me really look at my life didn't happen because it happened so fast. Like, he was Murray State, he popped off with Marquette, right? He went through the NCAA, and then he was first round pick or something, and then boom, he just went stardom. It happened fast. You ain't thinking about it.
Very, very fast.
This is his third year.
It's happening that fast for a lot of other guys too. So like you said, it's the circle that surrounds you, because these kids are young and very impressionable.
Yes, they are.
Coming up, I know y'all remember. The old heads used to be like, "Oh, it's the music, it's the video games, hey, it's running your brain." And we, our generation, we used to be like, "What? Like,
you making us do that?
You think I'm gonna sit here and listen to what they say? Okay, I play GTA, but you think that's gonna make me go out here and rob somebody and take their car?"
Some people still feel like it's
but I really, I don't know if it's me getting old or not, but I really feel like this generation literally does everything they hear in the music.
Yes,
that's
like
a fact.
I'm coaching basketball. I've seen kids more silver spoon than what they portray Ja to be. Still feel like they got to jump off the porch and go do what they see these other guys do.
Yeah,
and all of them want to be rappers.
Yeah,
and they all want to do everything they see and hear the rappers do. Like it's kind of weird because we thought the adults were crazy saying that to us. Like, are you serious? I would never do that just because of the music and stuff. But it really almost seems like, even a kid like Ja, it seems like he wants to be a rapper. It seems like he wants to live a rap lifestyle. And the faster lifestyle is coming on for him as stardom rises. But he has to be able to differentiate between the two. Like, you are a real role model.
Face of the NBA for real.
You're a role model. Like, not just to people our skin color. This whole league is banking on you. Like, he one of those like superstars. So, I don't know.
That's interesting.
Yeah, man. Shout out John Morant, man. Hold your head up, man, and just learn from the situation. I feel like, ain't nobody passing judgment. I feel like possibly he just having a good time, drunk in the bar, and it just happened. Now,
what about beating up the kid though? Before you go on, because you said he was just having a good time in the bar with the gun.
Good time.
You said beating up the kid.
Oh, you ain't.
Oh, you ain't.
No, that part.
Well, you better do that.
Wait, hold on. I think I kind of heard something about them at a school.
It was at John Morant's house.
Yeah,
him and his parents, they have mansions right next door to each other. They got big basketball court outside, and apparently, like, it was some kids that they had invited over, 17-year-old kids.
Hooping.
They was hooping. And we don't know what happened, but apparently they got into some fisticuffs.
Yeah.
So
Lil Dog was going to work.
Slapped him around
I didn't hear that. I didn't know that part.
I think they said he hit him like 7 or 8 times or something like that, and then pulled a gun out on the little dude. He was 17 years old. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah. So that has nothing to do with
that's not having a good time.
That's like
something
happened where Lil Dog was doing something.
I think Lil Bro probably was busting his ass.
Bro.
I've heard stories like that. I've been in gyms like that where pros came in and thought they was this and that, and then once you get in the best of them,
give him that work.
So he probably was getting his ass bust. But,
and a 17-year-old talking crazy to him.
Yeah, he didn't want his. He felt like he was being tested.
Yeah,
tested.
His lawyers, they like, because at first That was the one that I thought was 100% the rumor. I'm like, that's not true.
That's
but
what
then
I
the
felt.
lawyers came out and like, no, it was self-defense. So it happened.
Yeah.
And the lawyers said it was self-defense.
Yo,
So
I did not know that.
I don't know if
bro.
Lil Homie popped off first and Ja had to put him in his place. I don't know. But still, as a 23-year-old and you're in the NBA, you got to know better than that.
Yeah.
Yeah, most definitely.
You gotta know better
you can't
than
be
that.
doing that now.
You gotta have some little homies or something.
Yeah.
Then it's an incident they talking about at the volleyball game.
Yeah.
A little girl called his sister a bitch or something, and he came up there with 8-9 people. They had
Yeah, he
pistols.
came deep with his guys,
It's
bro.
his guy after the Grizzlies game.
With the LA.
Yeah,
LA
they play
situation.
LA or Indiana.
Indiana. It was
play
Indiana. Yeah, they got into Indiana.
And then after the game, they in the car and his guy pointing laser, rifle, pistols, whatever, at the Indiana Pacers bus.
Yeah, bro.
So he's been banned from games now. Like this is
Yo,
like
he
situation
doing-
after
yo.
situation
So
with this
again,
kid.
it's that circle
Yeah,
again.
that's exactly what it is. That circle, because it's like at this point, bro. I thought it was just one incident. I ain't know all that
no,
stuff.
it's like more than 12.
No.
Ja been going through it for the months, bro.
Yeah, he been going through it.
And that's why they said it's best for him to step back. Because, you know, just yesterday they announced 2 of his sponsors just pulled back off of him. Powerade
Yeah,
and
Powerade.
Somebody else. But you know how much money that was? This
I
ain't
can
his
imagine.
NBA money.
Yeah, he was the first Powerade endorsement
Millions.
sponsored kid in the last 5 years.
Yeah.
Powerade had fell back from the NBA.
Snatched
They
it, bro.
came back rocking with Ja.
And they snatched they did.
I can imagine how he's just feeling right now, like just sitting there thinking, like, bro, this shit cannot be happening, bro. Like, but it's like accountability.
Yeah, it's all decisions that you make, man. Accountability is everything.
I want to see the bounce back. You know,
I would
I
love
think
to.
it's gonna be
I would
good.
love to.
I think it's going to be good.
yeah,
I don't know.
Back.
I don't know what that path looks like.
No, I don't either.
know, but I would love for him to bounce back and continue to have a great
I
career.
miss him playing basketball, bro.
Yeah.
Like Ja, when you think
He's
of
a
Memphis,
talent.
you ready to see like
He's a
Ja.
talent.
Yeah,
He's a highlight player. He one of them ones for real.
yeah, he that.
So let me ask you, like, so what's the consequence right now? What they trying to do is they trying to, like, how many games they suspended him for?
He's suspended indefinitely, so I don't think we're gonna see him for the rest of the season.
Damn.
I don't know if we're gonna see him back for playoffs, but he's suspended indefinitely.
Because it's just too many things at one time,
Yeah.
and they have to do their due diligence.
Yep.
The police, with the whole gun on Instagram, they dropped the charges because they couldn't find any evidence that's like conclusive to like harming anyone or whatever. So they dropped that. So that's a good thing. But he still got pending stuff on him.
Yo,
You know, I mean, that family might charge him up like for real. They put it self defense. You can say self defense all you want to. Bottom line is you don't really want to get dragged through the mud with all. So you know, it's a lot of stuff they want to make sure they clean up.
Yo, that's crazy. That's so crazy, man. I ain't know all that, man.
Yeah, bro.
That's deep. Now, it's kind of like the next question. I mean, it's kind of got something to do with kind of like that, like, because I'm pretty sure he's gonna probably look back and regret certain things. Do you guys have anything you look back and regret, like, or wanted to change growing up?
Ooh, man, I think we all do, don't we?
Yeah.
Honestly, for me, I feel like we all made some stupid choices growing up, but I didn't make a lot of horrible choices. I wish I was more focused growing up.
That's dope.
I wish
I like that, bro.
Yeah. That
I wish I had more of a work ethic and
Wow.
I guess a know-it-all of how things actually work in the real world.
You feel like you was oblivious to some things?
So much, like so much. Like last time I was sitting up here with Rick, I told him how me and my friends, like, we kind of taught each other growing up how to be men, because so many of us didn't have any positive male father figures outside of a basketball coach. So I definitely missed a lot and took just a lot of wrong turns that I probably wouldn't have took if I had more support. So that was a big thing for me, and that's in life, in basketball, everything. If I just had more support, more focus, and more know-it-all, a better outlook and vision on what the path should be, because I hadn't seen it before. You know,
Right.
so yeah.
I agree. I'm in the same boat as you, man. I wish I'd been more focused. Wish I would have tried more things, opened my mind more, and just into doing different things and stuff like that. And Yeah, just trying. Just try and be focused. Worked harder. Worked harder. Tried more. Focused. Try more things, and don't let fear get in the way. That was the main thing. Don't be too fearful of things. Like, you young, just try things. If it don't work out, hey, you're young. This is life. You're supposed to try different things and see what you like and stuff like that.
Before you go, Los, outside of not having a father, because that was instrumental in a lot of my failures and successes. Another thing I want to say is, don't be chasing the cat.
Yeah.
like for real. Like, and men and women, focus when you're young. Focus on yourself. Like, don't be too worried about falling in love and relationships and all that stuff. 'Cause I feel like not only myself, but a lot of us were very focused on that in our teen years and in those years where you should be focused on setting up the next couple of years of your life and your future. So yeah, I was a big lover boy in high school, and always in a relationship. So yeah, that was a big part of my downfall too, because that don't give you a lot of time to learn yourself when you're young. So I spent a lot of time searching and learning myself after I broke up with my daughter's mom, and like from 28 to 30 or 27 years old to 31 years old, something like that. Those were the years where I finally like caught up to myself and learned myself. So definitely don't be focused too much on that type of stuff when you're young, because it's a lot more important stuff to think about.
Right, it really is.
Hey, that's funny, because that goes right into what I was going to say. My biggest, I guess, regret would be that, in the sense of I cheated myself of not really, all that energy I put into those relationships, those women wanted to have the status. And by the way, I wasn't a player. I was really a monogamous dude. But I should have gave myself so much more energy that I gave into them to be a better me. Like, I was always focus driven, working hard. I never, again, we played on a team together. Bro, I ain't go to none of them parties and none of that. I didn't do that, right? When we did AAU, I was literally focused on other things. However, part of those other things were the girl.
Women. Yeah.
Like, the relationship I was in, and being too emotional with the wrong things. Right, like you can care about people, but dude, listen, when it takes you out of your element, when your grades start dropping, that happened to me my junior year, where I played half a season. That never happened to me before. You crazy,
bro? I played like 3 games senior year.
See,
yeah, I was barely at school senior year. Yeah, 09, the year after you left.
Wow, really?
I played like 3 games. Then I had 2 jobs. Like, it was just,
so it got real.
Yeah,
really
I'm trying to buy me and her matching J's and stuff. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
your perspective has been different.
Going crazy. Yeah.
And now I got 4 kids.
Jobs.
I had 2 jobs senior year. I was working. First I had the T-Mobile job. That was junior going into senior year. And then I was working at Radio Shack and Red Lobster at the same time, senior year. That's when me and Jasmine had got a crib for like a month. I thought I was grown. Then I ended up back in my mom's place. Like, yeah, I was definitely focused on the wrong things. I should have been preparing for college, because the reason why I felt like I could stop playing basketball and didn't really care that much anymore is because instead of getting an athletic scholarship, I got an academic scholarship.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, my college is paid for already, and basketball ain't do it, so I don't really care about basketball. So I was prepared to go to college and stuff, and I had a girl who was starting to hate me because I was leaving, and it just made stuff very difficult. Yeah.
That goes into that emotional intelligence, guys.
Oh, yeah.
Emotional intelligence, I think a lot of people don't really tap into to understand the importance of maintaining that for yourself. Because if you allow somebody to get into you, to your point, of what your vision is and what you want to do for yourself, and try to sabotage that unconsciously too. People don't purposely do it. You got some people do, but most cases it's unconscious. They just do it out of natural instinct, and they don't mean any harm, but it's like they're not understanding the grind you're doing because they're not doing it for themselves. And that's the importance of what you're saying, that we need to, as especially being young, because you don't get that back, that you need to focus on what your life looks like for the next 20 years now. control those emotions and not let it derail you anywhere. Not that you can't have fun or, do whatever you want to do, but the main thing has to be the main thing. And if it ain't the main thing, whatever's taking you from that, you need to really like step on that.
Yeah.
So,
that's the biggest thing too, what you just said. Yeah. Like the whole answer to this question is like what you just said, being prepared for the future earlier and actually thinking about the future earlier. Because when you're young, you just live so much in the moment.
So
you just
freely.
in the
Always
moment,
in the moment.
So
not even thinking about next week, let alone next year or the next 10 years.
Yeah.
You like in the now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's the biggest thing.
It's moments for the now, like when you graduate or when you have success.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm telling you, those who grind and and it ain't even rich. It's just those who are successful at putting a plan together and achieving it. They grind. Because the club is going to be there to get better every year. So it ain't going nowhere. Bottles are going to be there, new drinks. But what's not going to be there is the time that you waste, which is the most commodity thing in the world. And if you waste it on wasteful things, bro, you're going to end up, if you don't snap back, you end up hating yourself for like, man, why did I this and that? You're gonna hate it.
It's gonna be bad.
Bad things to ever feel.
Discipline is everything.
Yeah.
All right. So it's safe to say, like, like you look back and like be like, man, I was a wild boy, or I wish I would have made them changes. Let me ask y'all, like, how did y'all change? Like, let's talk about changes. Like, just from like graduating high school in your early 20s and stuff like that in life now, like what kind of changes do you feel like you made, and like do you feel like you made a lot of changes?
I would say after I graduated in 2008, I immediately went to college because I didn't want to do what my brothers and them did, kind of have some time off, and I wanted to do the opposite. And I knew for a fact, because of where I came from, if I didn't, I was going to derail myself how I saw my peers, my family.
Yeah.
But I tell you what, when I end up going through college and having my heartbreaks or relationships, one of the things I've learned, and especially after my divorce and my son passing away, things of that nature, is that, and I was just talking to my kids about this because they were arguing. Kids, funny. But I was just saying this, man, people don't hurt people, hurt people hurt people. And I was and I talked about this on the podcast when I was here a few months ago, I was so hurt from my ex-wife and what we went through that I didn't realize unsubconsciously that I hurted other people as I went through my life journey. My kid's mother, for example. I end up hurting women who end up caring about me, but because I was so hurt, I didn't care about women, period. I didn't care. So having 3 daughters make you, boy, and make you think about stuff so quickly that and I always been a respectful, good guy, but I was hurt, and I feel like, to make me feel better was to go out and just bash women, and that was a total no-no. So to answer your question for me, having the heart and the understanding that even when you go through and you've been hurt, understand that you need to lean on God so much and let Him guide you the way you really need to go, because you're going to go out there and you're going to really damage somebody so bad by the time you look at it, you can't recover from that.
Yeah.
And I never want that to happen for my girls. I don't want that to happen for them or my son. I never want that to happen. So just having to care for people in the midst of even me being hurt. I just went through a little situation I ain't going to dive too much into, but in spite of what I went through, you still have to have a heart to care about people. Yeah. And that was the biggest thing for me, just as far as change goes.
That's a fact.
Man, it's funny to hear you say that, because it just made me realize how kind of opposite it was for me. For me, it was more so caring for everybody else and not giving a fuck about myself.
Oh, that do it right there, don't it?
Yeah, like I'm sitting up here listening to you talk, and I'm just listening. I'm like, I pour into everybody else. Growing up, there was no window for self-care. There was no window for self-growth. There was no.
Bro.
It really wasn't, though.
No, it wasn't. Like, you didn't think about even finding the time to do that. And me being the oldest of 5,
yes,
and dealing with the things I dealt with at home, I would come to school, and y'all probably didn't know because y'all were closer to me, so y'all probably knew a little bit more of the real me. But Jamal was the one who would come and tell me, like, bro, you know, there's people in this school that's scared to come talk to you. Like, they scared. They think you the meanest person. They think you this, that. And
that's further from the truth, by the way.
Yeah, from the truth.
But I don't know if y'all remember, like, y'all knew that I wasn't really that mean because y'all were closer to me. But I bet before you ever spoke to me, if you saw me walking around, you like, dude, look angry. You look
your face
mad.
dead. Your face dead was like that.
And I had to think back, like, dude, I walked around that school looking upset every day.
Every day.
Just
You
natural frown, bro, from abuse, from my father not being there, from all these type of things. So it wasn't just me wanting to be an asshole. That's the only way I knew how to cope, is to come into this space and put on this armor and just close up and say, all right, I'm ready to fight anybody that fuck with me. Like that was all I knew.
And that's how it was, like, you know, growing up in, like, in our environment and stuff, you don't supposed to look weak. You don't want to show no weakness.
Exactly.
People, like, they don't want to hear your petty, your stories and stuff like that. They got their own stuff going on. Like, and it's either just chuck it up. And it's like, but now you're looking back, like, that don't really do nothing but damage the person even more and make you damage somebody else, like you were saying.
It's that hard outer shell, but you still soft on the inside. Because like I said, the people closest to me, they know, like, oh, this genuinely nice guy. Like, he'll do anything for anybody. But the outer shell, the way I had to appear to everybody else, because I couldn't let them know I was like that, and because I was so angry at things in my life, the outer shell was just hard. And it's really not even the outer shell for real. The outer shell is so hard because in the inside your heart is so fucking broken. Like, wow. And people don't realize that. Man. People don't realize that though. Like, I'm walking around a very hurt child, and I am upset, but I'm not upset at the people around me. Right. I'm upset at the people at home, the people who aren't in my life, the people who missing that's supposed to be here for me. Right. So it was never even a thought of looking into self, because I'm good. I got to be hard anyway, so I'm just going to make sure everybody around me good. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I was growing up. I never, ever took time to pour into self and care about myself. I was too busy caring about everybody else so that I didn't have to think about what was going on with me.
Yeah. That's crazy. You just never know what somebody going through, bro.
And it's funny because as close as I was with him, I didn't know that. And I stayed around the corner from Chuck. Yeah. Bro, I never knew that, bro. That's crazy. Bro.
That's crazy. Like, the same thing with me with change, man. It's just more about, like, where I changed is, like, trying to work on myself and, like, build up that confidence. Like, if you don't like something about yourself, change it. Like, this is who you are. Like, you ain't got to be nobody else but who you is. Yep. Like, it's been times, like, when I used to notice, like, damn, you don't really love yourself, like, just the way you carry yourself, or you always thinking something about you, but it's really the opposite. That's just a mind thing. And that's like, as you got older, I got older, it's like, I understand, like, damn, like mental health, or just the way expressing yourself or how you feel, like a lot of different emotions and feelings, like, that you don't really know how to deal with until you start seeing other people dealing with what you're dealing with and stuff like that. And like I said, a lot of times we just wasn't going through the best things in our lives at home, around our neighborhoods and all that. A lot of times people don't know that, you know what I'm saying? But like, what I like about y'all, like, no matter what y'all was going through, y'all sit here telling y'all stories, y'all always still, like, to me, was the coolest dudes that I've met. You know what I'm saying? Always, like, show respect and love and stuff like that. And what I like about y'all, especially you, Chuck, you was on that team too, I believe. Like, I seen that brotherhood y'all had. Like, I was like, man, I wish I was in that or had the time, like, just to wanted to do that. Like, you know what I'm saying? But them emotions back then that I didn't know, like what I know now, it didn't allow me to. But I like the fact that you said, like,
you know what's funny about Rick though? I'm sorry to cut you off, but what's so funny about Rick is he going around feeling that way about us. Bro, I bet you it's not. I can call anybody from that team right now. I bet you it's not one person off that team that don't think you was cool as fuck.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
That didn't consider you a friend already. Like, you didn't even have to be on the team to be in that group. Yeah. But you didn't know that you kind of isolated yourself away from it, because we already considered you as a friend. You just wasn't around as much as some of the other ones. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's what it is, and that's how I honestly, like, I used to be thinking, like, why am I thinking this? Like, every time I go around, this love is cool and stuff like that. But it's like I said, them feelings that you don't really know how to deal with until you really have to deal with them, or you understand what's going on. Now I look back like, damn, if I would have known, I would have got, opened up more, been around more people more, or, try to get help more and stuff like that. But that's really dope, bro. Like, that's why I say I liked about Hamilton, bro. Like, I didn't really have no bad experience there with the people and everything.
I give you that. Yeah,
at all, bro. Like I said, everybody really showed love, and it's like a family to this day. Like, to this day, like, I went to Rob's birthday, man. It was just like so many people from Hamilton there, bro. It's like,
it's still all love.
Yeah.
It's all love.
Hey, I'm gonna throw this out there. I don't know if Chuck remember this, bro. It was April, early April, and this is to the point that Charles is trying to make, in the sense of him thinking about others and not himself. So one of the greatest things I knew that made me lock in with Charles the most, my senior year, we were playing Greenfield. We were getting killed. We lost, pretty much. But we was getting killed, and it was like, man, 13 seconds left on the clock. I'm in the game with Charles now, and this is my senior year, bro. You know what you did for me, Charles?
I do.
Dog. Charles gave me the last shot. He came to me. Out of the time, I was like, bro, this your senior year. You know what I'm saying, bro? You take the last shot. And I'm looking at Charles. I had a horrible game. I had a horrible game. I had like 5 points. But Charles like, bro, I'm about to give you the last shot. This your senior year, bro. You deserve it. I made it, but I was like, bro gave me the last. Like, that, you understand?
Don't
like,
remember that, but
that's crazy.
Vividly.
I believe
bro,
it.
I said, dog, like, my last, I can go out saying that, like, you know what I'm saying? I took the last shot because of how he cared about the old head, like, for real.
Yeah.
So that's how I know what he's saying is to be true. Like, it wasn't about Charles at that moment. It was about.
Never was about me.
It was about, you know what, this bro last year, I got a whole nother year left. Go out, bro. Here, take the last
Respect.
shot. And I just got to throw that out there, bro. Like, Chuck didn't have to do that, but Charles had the ball. He could have did the shot.
Yeah.
Bro, he set a
nah.
dope screen for me, bro. I came off the cut. I remember it like it was right now. Came off and popped it. And
That's
that was
crazy.
it, bro. I was like,
That's crazy.
bro. So I appreciate you for that, bro.
What?
I never got to thank you for that.
That's
No
dope,
doubt, no
bro.
doubt, bro.
But where do you think, like, dealing with what you're dealing with at home, where do you feel like that came from to the point like you wanted to care for others? Because you could have easily been like, man, I don't care about nobody but myself. Like, it's about me. I got so much stuff I'm dealing with at home. I ain't got time to be, I gotta take care of my family and stuff. I ain't got time to be thinking about nobody else.
Honestly, I don't know, bro.
Yeah.
It's just the way I am. I don't know if it's because I've endured so much pain. So, and I know what pain feels like. I know what not having anybody there feels like. So it's just something in me that I don't want other people to feel like that.
Right.
Yeah.
So I guess that's the main thing.
That's a
I don't
good way
know.
to put it.
I don't know. I really, like I said last time I was here, I feel like God put me here to serve and to help others.
Awesome.
So
Yeah.
my entire life, in life, you just kind of naturally lean into or do things that feel good to you. Sometimes those are horrible things.
Yes,
that,
it is.
You know what I'm saying? And sometimes it's good things like, helping people feels good to me. I'm going to do more of that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Putting people in better positions feels good. Seeing people happy, seeing people smile. Like, I listened to your podcast and you talked about, like, in high school, how people would follow behind people or not be themselves or being mean to certain people or stuff like that. And I thought about that, like, damn, I probably was doing that sometimes and not even knowing it, because in my head, I'll do anything to make you smile.
Even if it's embarrassing yourself?
Even if that's embarrassing myself. Or sometimes when I was younger, even if that was embarrassing you.
Ooh.
Not knowing that it would hurt you, just thinking that we're just going to lie. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Just being the impressionable kid. Oh, they laughing when I do this, so if I do this to this person, it's going to make them laugh. Not knowing that I'm hurting this person.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, that was just me, to this day, helping people. In every job and every business has been helping people, it's been serving people. And that's just something I still like to do. See people smile, see people happy.
Right.
So.
And I think that's dope because, like, you really think about it, it's been so much, like, pain, people going through things, especially knowing we know now, it only makes sense to try to spread good stuff and positivity.
Spread
in this
love,
world.
spread light.
Yeah, because, like, just hearing y'all stories, like, and hear your stories, like, damn, nobody never known that. And just imagine how many kids just walked around that school that's mad or that's probably in a jail cell right now or probably didn't make it because they didn't know how to handle their situation. They can't talk to nobody. And you know what I'm saying? Like, that stuff means a lot, bro. Like to push out positivity, bro. I mean,
that's why, as much as I think I get tired of it and I don't want to do this no more, I can't stay away from helping kids in some form or fashion, even if I'm not getting paid for it.
Yeah.
Like, I just can't stop doing it, bro.
Yeah.
Because I know what it feels like to be that kid that nobody understands.
Yeah. And I'm pretty sure everybody had their share. Like, sometimes you be like, well, these ain't my kids. And you think about it like, how could I say that, though? Like, it takes a community and a village. You know what I'm saying? It's like, this kid probably didn't have what I had or don't have what I had. Why not try to help this kid out? You never know what they going through, and just it just takes a little helping hand. Like, know what this kid going through. Maybe it's just to like go hoop with them, go do something with them, take them to the movies, something like that. You just never know. Like, cause I was the same way. I thought I'd probably be like a Big Brother or something, Big Brother program and stuff. Cause I'm looking at how much our community really needed that. Yep. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's why I always like, tip my hat off to you, man.
I want to start a group like that, bro.
Yeah,
you can do it.
Like a fatherhood group.
Yeah.
Where all the fathers in the community come together and do what they can to help the kids, especially those that are without their fathers. Yeah. So I definitely want to start something like that.
That'd be dope.
In the next couple of years, definitely. I feel like y'all gonna be a part of it.
No, I'm down for that. That's a heck of a project.
That's dope.
Yeah.
Now, let me ask y'all, like, far as the relationships and stuff like that, back then, like,
they didn't want me. Now I'm hot. They all on me. Not just playing.
I know, because he did that. You had to break that.
I had to.
Yeah. So, infidelity and fidelity, man. How important is fidelity? We was just talking. Me and Carlos was talking about this off camera.
Man, I told you that's one of the things I want to hit on today. Let's hear it. Because we live in a very dark time.
Yeah.
Like a very, very dark time. Like I said, growing up, I've always been the lover boy. I've always been in a relationship. Like all through high school, I was in a relationship.
Man, same.
And I would like break up with somebody and then like be with the other person within another week. Like, it was sick. Like, just soul tie to soul tie, heart to heart, just jumping around and spreading all that energy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And
not really knowing what you're doing and who you pouring yourself into, or who's taking
from you.
Who's taking from you, because that's what it be a lot of times. But one thing I can say through all of that is that I'm always a person. I advocate for black men don't cheat. I really do.
Let's go. Black men don't cheat,
bro. Black men don't cheat. Black boys do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's the difference. Because I've always been monogamous. I've always wanted to be monogamous.
Me too. Yeah.
That's one way that I've never really wanted to hurt anybody. So I've always been that person who was just with one girl. Yeah. All through high school, I was like that. Yeah. Now, when you single, that's a different story. When you single, you can do what you want. Yeah. And but I never really had any long periods of being single growing up. It wasn't until I was like from 28 to 30, I think that's when I was single. And that's when I like really went out and explored and learned myself. But before then, it was just in love. And now I think I've finally found the one who I'm supposed to be with for the rest of my life. So definitely monogamous. That's just how I've always been.
Yeah, I like y'all couple too, man. Y'all,
they show is dope, ain't they?
Yeah, they dope as well, man. I just love it, bro. Like, she definitely seems like she's the one for you, bro. Y'all vibe. And that's one thing I've learned, bro, growing up, bro. Energy. Like, energy is deep. Energy is a big thing, bro. It's like, you gotta that energy. It's all about energy, bro. Like, I'm real big on energy and good vibes, and walking away from something that ain't posted. Like, you don't have to sit around and tolerate something. You know what I'm saying? We grown. Like, we can easily remove yourself from a situation. I don't see why you want to stay in a situation that's taken from you and is draining you. We adults, man. You don't have to sit around and just deal with any kind of energy.
As far as, because like what you're saying, that's what leads to infidelity and stuff. Yeah,
exactly.
That's always my thing too. If you don't want to be there, just leave. Like, it's so easy. Well, I won't say that. Yeah, because I've been in situations where it wasn't easy to leave, so I won't say that. And I know other people have been in other situations, abuse and mental abuse and all that shit. It's not so easy to leave. So in those type of situations, I guess I can see why you might step out because that's easier to do than leave. But there was a point before it got that deep. And usually there's 1,000 red flags, and we just ignore them, and keep going. So there, either way, there was a point where you could have left before it got that deep. So yeah.
And I think for me, the biggest thing with relationships, and like I said, I just got out of a situation where it wasn't a matter of why she didn't want to do something; it's how she did it. So understand that it's very important to let a person know the truth early.
Yeah.
Like if you know you feeling somebody else or whatever it is, but yet you vibing with this person, man, you gotta have a adult, genuine conversation. Because what happens is, like I said, a little bit about my situation was that, we were vibing. You would never known it was an issue. Not one. And if I really get deep into what happened, y'all look at me like, bro, this happened. You ain't saying like it. It becomes you gotta teach people how to love you, bro. You gotta teach people how to love you for real. And I respect everyone for what they want to do and why they want to do it. It's just how you go about making that happen. And it is so important for us to understand, because what happened to me can make me hate women for real. But because I understand the purpose of knowing what love really is, I love you enough to know that if it means you loving somebody else, and that's unconditional true love. Yeah, that's tough.
My man's almost made me get up and walk away from this table. Boy, when you said what you say, being in a situation where on the outside it looked all peaches and cream. Like, oh, y'all the most beautiful couple ever, but on the inside, you going through fucking hell. Yeah. You going through enough to make you hate all women. You going through enough to make you hate your fucking self. Like, I've been there before. So that's why when he said that, I'm like, ooh. Yeah. My man preaching now. Because
it touches you in such a way. Because you know how you feel about something. Then the other person has come with this persona of something that they think you like, but it's the total opposite. And it's like, bro, why you couldn't just talk to me? Right. Like, I'm not gonna beat you. Like, cause you have free choice as a person. We have the free ability to make a choice. And as you stated, some are harder than others. Yep. But that doesn't mean you ain't got a choice. Yep. Right. So this is how you know somebody love you. If you're gonna make a decision about something that you know is gonna hurt them, but you tell them because you love them enough that they're owed to know that's true love. True love. You stabbed me in the back with just playing along the fiddle ain't love for me.
It's ego. Ego get in the way. Ego gets in the way.
What we doing here, man?
Because,
you know what I'm saying?
Like you said, you can love that person enough to like, man, I know what the right thing to do. I should go and talk to this person because I love them. But my ego says, I might lose this person.
See, and that's selfish, bro.
And I'm going to be selfish. I don't want to lose this person, so I'm going to do it in the dark instead of bringing that shit to the light. That's 100% ego.
Yeah, and I agree 100% with him. And with ego comes a lot of bad things behind it if you allow that ego to just really trickle down all the decisions. You can't, because we all got an ego. I want to make that very clear. We got an ego.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
We all got one, but you can't allow that ego to really shift these main decisions about something that you know for a fact, a shadow of a doubt that I can't do that.
Easier
I'm not gonna let.
done.
Yes, it is. It is very much so.
Easier said than done, because I've seen it too many times. I done been in that situation. Like, well, I should leave.
Yeah,
I should leave. But it's parts of me that's gonna miss this or this or that. So I'm gonna do my dirt, or I'm gonna do whatever. Or even if it's not doing dirt, I'm gonna just save face, or I'm gonna do the bare minimum to where I can still be in this person's presence without having to give them my all, which is also selfish as fuck. You know what I'm saying? I done been there, bro.
Yeah, but and you know what I'm saying, by doing that stuff, it just eats you up inside.
It does.
So it's like, why even go that route if you know you're gonna be thinking about it? You gotta act. You're gonna act different now. It's gonna be to the point you give it like she gonna spot like something, like you said, when you spot when something is not wrong. Women, you really spot when something's not right. You know what I'm saying?
Here's the other thing, Rick. Too, you're about to find this out being having a kid. When you involve your kids, bro, that's a whole different animal, bro.
Yeah,
I don't play about mine.
That's why a lot of the cheating and shit comes into play too, because that creates a whole nother dynamic mentally, emotionally.
Yep.
Because what it starts to do too for a lot of people is you never want your kid to come from a broken home.
No.
Yeah.
So I fucking hate this person. I hate your dad. I hate your mom. I don't want to be with them.
Yeah.
But I don't want you to not see us together.
Yeah.
Like, y'all know how many people stay together
Yeah.
because of that,
Yeah.
bro? Like,
Yeah, that's
what?
deep.
Yeah.
Not just because, like we said in the past, because of that image shit, because of the rest of the world think y'all perfect.
Yeah.
You dying in the inside, but you don't want the world to not know y'all not perfect.
And it's not good for
Right.
your kids. My situation I just got out of, I was good for her and her kids. For whatever reason, she shifted really quickly
So y'all
because of
wasn't
this
working.
dude. No, we was perfect.
Okay.
People was in her ear. I think the idea of having her baby father around, her kids more, and things, because she asked me a question.
That image.
Yes, she asked me a question, and I wasn't feeling it. Like, nah, like that don't make sense. Like what we're jamming, what we're doing.
Right.
On Valentine's, I'm gonna just get into it a little bit. Valentine's Day, he wanted to finally buy her something when he never bought her nothing ever, knowing that she jammed with somebody else. And she, you know what I'm saying, told me about it. And I felt some type of way about it. We talked about it, whatever. But long shortly, she just cut it off cold turkey. I just ran into her Thursday at Walmart. She got his ring on that he gave her for Valentine's Day. I'm like, oh, I see you got the ring on. What I'm saying is, like, I can put two and two together. Now, you can play the fiddle all you want to, but what I'm saying is that all along, you knew where your heart wanted to be at. Now, you didn't tell me flat out that you wanted to be with him or anything. That's fine, but your actions is showing me that having him around and making him comfortable was better than you and your kids being in a better space to know what that looks like, what love really looks like that you asked for, but you wanted to sacrifice that to go back to what you went through that was hell for you.
Because of that image.
Exactly.
Because
And
it's gonna look better because he's the real father.
Right.
So-
And it doesn't make any sense at all. So, again,
But you said you and her child, y'all have formed the bond too?
what? Bro, prior to us breaking up, bro, that weekend was phenomenal. Bro, we out kicking it. We at the store. We at the mall. I have her kids. Like, I'm holding her kids.
Now that's crazy.
Bro, listen to me. If I got deep into what this is, bro, y'all will really flip y'all wig back.
It's crazy to me because like this is my first time ever doing like the stepfather thing.
Yeah.
Or being
In your situation.
being with somebody that has kids and you know what I'm saying, living in the same house with them and taking care of them.
Yeah.
And it's been a beautiful thing. Like growing up, like as a man, I ain't been no stepdad, you say like that, but
You don't know, bro.
man, it's been amazing.
Yeah.
It's been amazing. So, but I've never been in your situation
No,
where
listen, this is weird, bro.
I've made a connection with these kids,
Bro,
and now
made
I've
it.
been uprooted from their life.
Without my choice, without my decision, without talking
That
to me.
has to be hard on you
What?
and the
Yeah.
kid.
Listen to me.
Yeah.
My kids still ask about her and her kids. My kids are 4 and 5 years old. They know their names.
Shit.
So this is why I'm saying, like, I was on Facebook. I shut my page down. If y'all don't notice, I shut it down because it got to the point where even me and her father kind of got into it. I inboxed him like, "Hey, what's your real beef with me?" Whatever, right? The point is that if you knew what I did and sacrificed for your daughter to make sure that she was better as a woman, it ain't got nothing to do with us. And this is what she did to me, bro. Bro, this type of stuff that get people killed.
Yeah.
And I'm not being funny. But thank God for having the mindset that I have, that I genuinely still want her to do the best. Just understanding, no, you can't go around doing that to people. You can't play like that. That ain't funny.
Hey, that could
Yeah, that's
be
not funny at all.
traumatizing. People don't
It is,
realize.
because I went through this with my ex-wife. I watched my ex-wife have sex with another guy. Y'all, listen, bro, I've been through it.
Yeah.
People have no idea mentally, but I thank God for being who he is, because I can cripple people.
And this is what I'm saying. This what causes like how that mindset you had, like when you despise women, and then you going through this twice, like 2 times, like in a row. It's like,
Bro, like, come
That's how it
on.
happened.
I had my I despise one woman phase, so that kind of led me to treat other women poorly too. I've been there too.
But I know I can't, because I got daughters for real, bro. And I was like, dang, everybody ain't that, bro. It's crazy, bro. But she hit me last night with a picture. Out of the blue. Pretty. And then she wanted to hit me with the I asked her if she was gonna go out, whatever. I miss you. And then I told her,
she telling you she doing snow and shit, knowing lots of gentlemen like you don't need to be doing that snow. I'll come do it for you. She thought she had you with that.
Yeah, but I think the point is that you know what I'm saying. This is the part of you loving yourself enough. You can't let nobody play with you.
Yeah,
right. And you have to love yourself enough, even if it means going back to something that was so tarnishable. That you'll do anything to have what the good memories was, bro. You gotta stand 10 toes down as a man, as kings, bro. We're kings. We have to let people know how to love and treat us. Ryan, you ain't finna keep playing with me.
While we in this relationship realm, you have kids. You have a kid on the way.
Yep.
And you're being your stepfather. Right?
Yeah.
Yes, you are.
Stepfather.
Yeah.
You aren't in a relationship.
No.
But you've been in that situation before.
Yeah.
You have kids. Been a stepfather. Let's talk about co-parenting.
Okay.
That's something I would
that
like
was
to
next. That's what was next.
I can explain to y'all my co-parenting situation.
Man, I don't even know where to start.
Because this is your first time, right?
This is my first time, definitely.
Yes, yours too.
Yeah.
We'll let the experienced one in this room
So I
start.
did it in my marriage, and it was really good. And again, the reason why it was really well on my end is because of how I carried myself. I wasn't an angry guy, like that. Whatever they had was before me, and me and him had a situation where he wanted to talk about his daughter said I was mean to him or whatever, and we just talked about a whole hour. And after that, we became really good friends. Like we were cool. Same thing with I have 3 baby mamas, 4 children. One's married, one's getting married, and the other one is not in a relationship or whatever the case may be. But however, it was a period of time where it was rough because I was dibbling dabbing. I had to grow up. I did. And understand that I created this monster of a situation, and it's best for me to do everything I can to mend it for the kids. Right now, where I stand, I promise you, I have the greatest relationships with all 3 of my kids' mothers, only because I understand the importance.
I need to hear stuff like that.
All right, so I understand the importance of, having tarnished relationships where it can affect you seeing your kid or vice versa, right? And what I will tell you guys is always make sure you understand what's most important. If in spite of your personal issues, the child really is the most important. However, don't you ever let a situation, because the importance is the child, don't let the situation disrespect you too as a man. Ever. You have to make sure they understand principles, right? Like I'll give you an example. My son's mom is married. I would never disrespect their house. I would not, like, for me and her do Friday to Friday. I would never call her house after a certain time because it's just respectful.
Got you.
That's me. I will respect that man. I respect her, all that stuff. And I always would come to her, even if I'm angry, at a certain way where it's a reciprocated conversation where she can, even if she don't like it, she can respect it to talk to me about it because I'm angry and not coming off crazy, because the husband can be like, hold on, don't talk to my,
Right.
And he rightfully should.
Yeah.
But this is about my kids. So you still have to maintain a level of respect and decorum about the situation. And it only becomes tough if you still have some type of feelings for the person.
Yeah.
Bingo.
That's where it becomes tough. I don't have none of that for them. And no disrespect to them, because we had our time. Our time was our time, right? Our time forever is with our child. When I tell you, I literally don't call them unless my kids are sick or something, because I don't have to. Like, we have that understanding. Like, I know when to pick my kids up. I know what time to drop them off. And if their mom call and say, you know what, like, again, I use my son's mom, last week, Thursday, it was her time to get them that Friday. But she was like, my husband's birthday, can you do me a big favor and keep casing it till Sunday? Oh, absolutely. And the reason why is because you being much happier is going to make it easy for my son to be much happier.
Yeah.
And it made me spend more time with my baby. So it was nothing. And that's what it has to be. The main thing has to be the main thing. So if you have a situation where you have someone that still have something for you, all I would say is, as long as you and your significant is on the same page of understanding what it is, man, keep that driven. Because if a person still is feeling some type of way about something, they're gonna act out of character. They ain't got nothing to do with the kid. Absolutely nothing to do with the child. And make it seem as if, you know what I'm saying, Brody, this and that, whatever. Like, because here's the truth. I can't control what goes on in that house with my son there. I can't. We had a situation where we talked about things like, you can't hit my son, you know, because I'm there. But hey, if he did something in that house, he deserved to get punished. I don't know how that looks for y'all. As long as he's not harmed, man, I can't control that. And when he come to me and his mama let me know, and I'm dead serious when I'm saying this, if his mama tell me like he's still on punishment, he did this and that, you know, he can't have this, he ain't having it. That's the law. That's
how it should be.
That's the law. We ain't no differential because of my house and his. No, that's it right there. So I agree with that. That's the advice I would give anybody.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Nigga, Chuck,
man, cuz bro, I need to hear successful co-parenting stories. I need to hear.
Great. We awesome, and this is no cap. Dead serious.
Yeah, because my situation hasn't been the best.
Okay,
it's been very hard.
Have you tried to talk to him? Okay, all right.
Yeah, we've had many talks.
That's too many talks.
Man,
too many talks. How old is the daughter, by the way, or the child?
My baby is 7. She's 7 years old. She'll be 8 in August.
This is your actual child.
Yeah.
And now you're speaking that because your lady who you with.
Okay. It's a whole co-parenting situation.
Okay.
Because I have my daughter.
Yep.
Who's 7 years old.
Yep.
And primarily lives with her mom, and then my wife has her 7-year-old daughter and 5-year-old son.
Oh, she got 2.
Yeah, she has 2 kids, and then we have a son together.
Yes,
our youngest. So their father is very much in the picture, doing his thing. We have a pretty damn good co-parent relationship. They have a good co-parent relationship.
There you go.
I should say.
That's key. That's key
between their dad and
your wife.
Yeah.
Okay,
it's dope. It's fucking inspiring. It's where I aim to be on my end of things. Yeah. But even me and him, like, I can call him or text him and say, hey, come get the kids because they doing this, or
that's
I
awesome.
can hit him and I can drop the kids off to him if it's his weekend or something like shit like that. You know what I'm saying? We cool. You know what I'm saying? Me and bro ain't never had no issues, nothing like that. We have had the little shit like the daughter saying I'm being mean to her and stuff like that, but that's just 2 men having a conversation and realizing that kids just want to have their way. So shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So you know what I'm saying? We ain't never had no major issues or nothing like that. Bro cool. Never disrespected me. I'm never disrespecting him.
Yeah.
But then we have the opposite end of the spectrum, which is my baby mom.
Yeah.
Who is, I don't even want to talk about it too much on here because I don't want to get myself in more trouble.
You good.
But for lack of better words, it's been hell.
It's been
hell, bro. Yeah. It's been a very tough situation. We just had another one of those sit downs where we just supposed to be adults and lay everything out and then supposed to move forward, co-parenting better and stuff. And we broke up in 2018. The first couple of years, she was making it extremely hard for me to see my child. I didn't want to go through the course and shit. We finally did it. Now I get my daughter every other weekend for like the last 2 to 3 years, which is bullshit. It's not enough time at all. I do everything for my child, take care of my baby. Her mom know that she can ask me for anything she need for whatever. We do have a situation right now where I changed jobs, so she hasn't been getting the child support.
Okay.
I've been back and forth to the courthouse. Last week was my 4th time because my parent company for my job is out of Illinois, and they keep sending the paperwork there. Because I'm just be honest, me and her, we have to talk. My memory's too bad. I'm not responsible enough to go down to the courthouse every week and like give them cash.
Oh, okay. For
child support.
Oh, okay.
To go down there and like pay child support that way.
To them weekly.
I'm like, yo, it's not gonna happen that way. They just gotta take it out of my check. It's much easier. Like, I don't have a problem paying it.
No,
I just wanted to just take it
as easy as possible.
Take the money. Like, you know what I'm saying? Don't put it on me to come down here and get y'all the money and shit. So she already know if it's up to me to go down there and do it that way, it's not gonna happen. But I have always made sure as soon as I get a new job, whatever, turn the paperwork in, let them know ASAP, like, hey, I need this to come out my check.
Yeah.
My baby need her money. You know what I'm saying? That's not a problem for me. And we've had discussion, like, you can get the child support and you can get whatever else you need on top of the child support. Just hit me. Just tell me my baby need this, whatever. Never an issue.
Right.
So, child support not an issue. When we broke up, it wasn't because of infidelity. It wasn't because of abuse or anything like that. So I always envisioned after our breakup that we would just have a good co-parenting
situation. Yeah.
But because she feels differently about our relationship, I'll put it that way. I'm trying not to talk too much about the situation or make anybody feel any type of way. But because she feels differently about our relationship and the way it ended or the way it should be in her mind or whatever, she makes it very hard for me to see my daughter.
Right. And
anything I try to do for my daughter, she makes it hard. Like, she'll send back a whole bag of brand new clothes, like crazy shit. Or I'll have a fucking birthday party for my daughter and send her home with all her presents and tell me why 3 months later my baby tell me I haven't opened that. Like, what? Like, just weird shit like that, bro. And
that's deep.
It's so deep, and it gets deeper. Like, that's just surface level. I don't even want to talk too much.
You're good.
I don't even want to talk too much, bro. But it's been very hard. So that's really why I wanted to talk about co-parenting, because I wanted to hear like good stories, because I be so down in the dumps, bro. Sometimes, bro, because it shouldn't be this way. We've had that conversation where, you know, she admitted to me like, yeah, I haven't been letting you see her, or I've been making this hard or that hard because I feel differently about our relationship. Put it like that. And it's not fair, bro. It's one of the most horrible things I've had to live through, bro.
In your whole life.
It's one of the most excruciating pains to, like, this weekend or Friday when it was a snow day. I should have been able to, like, hey, let me come get my baby. It's a snow day. You know what I'm saying? No. I can't get her no time outside of that every other weekend.
Here's the funny part. My schedule is once a week, every other weekend. Bro, I get my kids every day. Cause of the relationship that I have with their moms. I ain't gonna even tell you how much I pay for child support because people will freak out. But like Charles said, it ain't the money, right? It's never the money. It's the time. And for me, I make it a point to understand that I'm their father. That bullshit they put together on that paper don't mean nothing to me. We finna figure a schedule out. So I get them every other day and every other weekend. Yeah, and with my son, mom, we not in court at all. It's Friday to Friday. Like, this is my week. They with my grandma, you know, right now. They love being with my grandma. And when Friday comes, she pick them up from school. Her husband pick them up, and they do their time. The point I'm making is that I want you to understand that this paper means nothing to me. We can figure this out, and it should be like that with you and this young lady. However, for whatever reason, she's making it so excruciating.
It's other situations where it's, like you just said, the complete opposite of what you just said.
Sir. Yep.
To where the only thing that matters is this fucking piece of paper.
Yeah.
Man, and you ain't getting shit else outside of that. Like, that shit sucks, bro.
It actually does.
It hurts.
It really does suck. Yeah. And, you know, I'm a first-time father with a kid on the way. Hearing those type of stories used to scare me and stuff like that. Even with the
this why I wanted to talk about it.
I ain't gonna lie to you.
This why I wanted to talk about it, because I wanted you to see both sides.
Yeah,
too,
exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And I know it's other people out there that need to see both sides too.
And then I remember how you was talking about, like, the co-parenting, like, if you dealing with someone who has a child and how their relationship with the baby father is. That used to kind of scare me, because you hear a lot of stories where the baby father and the baby mama still dealing with each other. Yep. So for a long time, that made me not want to date somebody with a kid, which is kind of unfair, because it's like you could be missing out on a good person because you're thinking about the narrative, how everybody else's situation or some people's situation may be, but that's not always the case. But this being my first time being a stepfather, I like it. It's pretty cool. The relationship that my fiance has with her baby's father is pretty cool too. It's like,
awesome. And you want to see that, by the way.
Exactly.
You want to see that,
because it also let me know, like, okay, I see what y'all got going on. Like, if Lord forbid one day we may split up, it'll be the same way. But I hope
Bingo,
not. That's all that matters. That's how I look at it. Like, I look at stuff like that. Like, how do you treat him? How is it with him? How is your relationship?
Yeah.
And it's pretty peaceful seeing that they can be on accord. He's not a disrespectful guy to the point he's calling her her without having like anything to do with the daughter, nothing like that. And it's pretty cool. Then they come together. You know, he sends money. He helps out, and then his wife is also helpful. So that's
awesome. So he got a good support system on his end.
Exactly. Yeah. Oh, yeah. And I've met him and his wife. They're pretty cool too. And we like him and the wife. She really very helpful. Asks him about. She's excited about the baby coming. Asks offering help in any kind of way. So it's just like I like to look at healthy co-parent situations like that because that shows you that's how it should be. Like a mature co-parenting situation, like where everybody can be like a cord and just be helpful to keep the the boat rolling the way it should be. It shouldn't look too different. You know what I'm saying? They can see love on both sides without the parents being in the household together and trying to stick it out and portray an image or something like that. But I think that's beautiful, and that did scare me for a little bit of time. But like it's just about I always made sure I looked at that, how the situation was with that, and I like to say I like what I see. So
that's awesome. Yeah, and like Chuck said, having an understanding of both sides. Folks who are going to, watching this, going to watch this, the main thing to take from this is understand what's most important, period. Yeah. You have to know what's most important. And because we selfishly don't care about the other person, makes it difficult for you to see the importance. It's important to see Charles and his wife have a great life with his daughter and their other kids, while also knowing that it can transfer great energy to the other situation where your daughter see you and her mom do well, let alone see you and the wife do well. She's seeing good relationships.
That's my thing too. When it comes to a kid, like you said earlier, it takes a village. So if I never understood this growing up because my pops just wasn't there. So I don't even know the other half of my family. I just know my mom's side. And I've had a couple different stepfathers growing up. But for a child to be able to see, okay, I got my mom.
Yep.
Anything I need from her. This man that she's brought into her life is here for me. Then I have my dad. He's going to take care of me. The woman that he chose to spend the rest of his life with is there for me. It's like I got two sets of parents. That's fucking amazing. I didn't know that growing up. Growing up, all I knew is I don't even know the other side of my family. But my wife now, like, she has her father is married to another woman.
Okay.
Her mother is married to another man.
Yeah.
She just be mom, dad. I don't even know which side she's talking about. That's how much she loves both. Like, it was so weird for me to hear her calling her stepdad dad, like just like it was her regular dad, and calling her stepmom mom, and being able to call both for this or that, or this one can watch the kids or
that's
that. Like
luxury.
the more the merrier, bro.
That's the
like
luxury.
it takes a village, and it's such. It's just so amazing. It blew my mind because I never saw that growing up. I didn't even know that was possible to have it that smooth, bro. Like, they really have an amazing relationship all the way around.
Mind you, for
both
those
sets of parents get along too. Like, it's never no beef.
For those who are watching and listening to this, and let Charles just jump back on this, ain't nobody dipping and dabbing.
Oh no.
That's a good key point.
So that will not work. That will not work. And I see a lot of that too. Like motherfuckers fucking back with the old baby mama and this and
that's
that.
That's why it scared me at the time.
Yeah,
you know
like you said, that's scary and that will not work. But just having a very open relationship where you guys can communicate and take care of those kids. That's the most important thing. Doing whatever you guys got to do, collaborating together to take care of those kids, man. Having two sets of parents is dope as fuck. I've seen it firsthand. Like, I didn't know, bro. Because I've never had my dad. I just had my mom. So to see somebody have not one parent but four, and to be able to call mom for this and call my other mom for this and call my other dad for this, like, it's amazing, bro. And I'm like, dude, I want my daughter to have that. I want my daughter to have that.
That's a dope support system, man.
And I want me and her mom to be able to work together in that way too, or for me to be able to call her mom's fiance, because they engaged, to be able to call him and be like, hey, bro, can you go and grab Brooke for this, or can I pick her up 20 minutes later, or can I meet you because Brittany's at work, or you know what I'm saying, shit like that. That's amazing.
Yeah,
so,
it is.
Most definitely, and that's how it is too. And I pick my stepdaughter up from her grandma's house, her dad's house, and stuff like that. It's cool, and the family know me, so that's always a beautiful situation, bro. Because it's like help all across the board, like 4 different ways, and then just think about how much you're soaking in from 4 different people.
Yes.
Like, man.
4 people is more money too.
Exactly.
Yeah. That and
Children are
understand when
expensive.
they go into the real world, they understand that you can have different relationships with different people on different levels, and it's all good.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't have to be beef.
Yeah.
Ain't no beef.
Yeah, and that's what it's prepping it for. Is like different situations and different relationships with people that don't have to be messy, sexual, or none of that.
Man,
peaceful.
y'all just. Y'all right here and y'all out there, please pray for me and my situation.
Yeah, you got it, bro.
And I'm saying it with a smile on my face, but I genuinely mean it, man. It's one of the toughest things I've ever had
And
to deal
she's 7?
with. Yeah, my daughter's 7.
My God.
She's 7.
She understands.
And she's very aware.
That's
very
why I
aware,
just
bro.
said that she
She's very
understands.
aware.
And that's the most
She's a fucking
terrifying part,
genius.
is that she understands that this isn't right. She know for a fact it's not right.
Man, I pray. I'm definitely gonna pray for you, because I pray that situation get better. Like it's never, the kids should never have to go through that because of the old last relationship didn't work or whatever. Like that's messing the kid up, man. Let that kid be happy and love, be around their parents, man. So I like that y'all sat down here and talked about all these topics tonight. It was definitely well needed. Not only just for myself, but for the people out there that's watching us, man. That's just so dope, bro, to see that, man. We definitely gonna do more of these, because these 2 guys right here are magnificent when it comes to this type of stuff, and it's a vibe all the time. When I link up with these guys, it's a vibe, man. Is there anything y'all want to let the people know before we get out of here?
I think next to you giving us our flowers, Rick, you are portraying a really good platform for people on different levels. Rap, like the life they live, talking about marriage and all these things. Yeah, that I appreciate you for allowing us to come. This platform is really awesome. Like for those who have the opportunity and the privilege to come on this platform, dude, you feel like you really are just at the crib, sitting back with your people. And the fact of the matter is that you are spending your time away from your family to do something really good speaks volume to you. So I want to give you your flowers on that. And then for those who will watch this episode, I just want y'all to understand and know that everything that we're talking about are real life situations. Yeah. Please take what's needed for you to better you, to better yourself, and share this information. Right? Don't keep it to yourself, because we're going to continue as people to grow and go through things. But the most important thing is that we can lean on other people that's been through things and relate to make ourselves better. So let's make sure we take that piece and move forward with that.
Yes, sir. And Chuck, you want to say anything before we get out of here?
It was fun being here with y'all again, man. Yeah. This is extremely therapeutic. Yeah. Honestly, it makes me realize how much I might need to go sit down and talk to a therapist.
I got one, by the way, y'all.
But so we're gonna talk about that afterwards too. But just take care of yourself, both physically and mentally. Yeah. And always remember that children are the future. So pour into them.
For real. That's
definitely. I definitely want to touch on that too. Like, what I'm saying, just spread love and positivity, man. Give people their flowers. Don't be afraid to open up to somebody you close to. If you're going through something, venting helps. It's therapeutic. If you're really dealing with something, go to therapy and try to seek out. This is therapeutic too. Talking to some people that you're close to and friends and stuff like that, and talking about different topics, bro. And it's not only therapeutic, but it's like a learning process as well, because things I might not know that y'all just sprinkled and put inside of me, like, what I'm saying, like with different game or different situations and stuff like that. I feel like it's always a learning process when you can sit down and talk with other people, and you can learn something that you never knew, or you can teach them, and just like, it's just good to have that conversation with people, you know what I'm saying, and link and just have a good time, bro, because that's what it's all about. That's what we are. I feel like the world is lacking. It's just like companionship and just chilling with your peoples and like showing love, because we don't even see a lot of people get together no more and stuff like that and just chop it up. So most definitely, you got good people in your life, man. Just don't be afraid to reach out. Don't be afraid to love your people, because, you know, we here one day and go on the next. And always spread love and spread light, because we living in dark times, man. But I just want to thank y'all for coming on this show too.
Appreciate you, bro.
Thanks for having me, bro. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, for sure. Because this mean a lot to me that y'all come up here, that y'all want to come up here and just talk to me, man. Because I love this stuff, bro. Like, just, you know, talking back and forth and learning things and talking about situations that we all had experiences with and stuff. It's dope, man. And for my people out there watching, y'all make sure y'all tap into my two people. Chucky got his brand Herbal Works, you know, and my boy got his soul podcast, Carlos. Y'all make sure y'all tap in. Let the people know where they can find y'all at, man.
Herbal Work. You can find us on pretty much any social media platform. Just type in Herbal Work. You can go to Google, Herbal Work, type in Herbal Work CMOS. We're going to pop up for sure. Yeah, definitely get y'all some CMOS, man. Yep. Start taking care of yourself.
Yeah.
Take care of your mental, your physical, emotional health. It's all very, very important. Last thing I want to say is take some time to learn something new next week.
Yeah.
Just go learn something new. Read a book, learn something new. You can never stop learning, no matter how old you are, no matter the age. Yeah. Just take the time to learn something new next week. And peace, love, and light.
I like that challenge. Where they can find you at, Carlos?
They can find me in the next 2 weeks. I'll be back in full production, Facebook, as well as YouTube and Instagram. And
I'm coming.
Yeah.
Hey,
it's funny that y'all say that, because I literally have y'all on my top list.
Let's go.
I'm coming.
Let's go. Right? I'm there.
Tomorrow I'm doing a podcast with Homer Blow.
Yeah, nice.
This lounge. So yeah, thanks, man. I love Homer Blow, and I worked with his wife at St. Joe's Hospital. Yeah, she amazing. But just make sure that you understand the purpose. My show is about self-love, self-understanding, everything about self. I used to, like Charles alluded to a little bit ago, he loved and worried about everybody else. You forgot about yourself. And I never want to do that again for myself. So I want to have that platform where people can come on and understand to give themselves flowers, because we don't do that enough.
Yeah.
Like, people always give everybody else their flowers, but, you know, what about you? You know, so that's what my platform is for, to understand who we are as a people, because we all serve a great purpose equally. Yeah. Maybe different gifts, but it's an equal outcome. And no matter what we do, God loves us all, and we love each other. So,
that's right, man.
So we
much love to you, brothers, man. Everybody out there, y'all stay positive and take care of yourself. Much love. We gone.
Peace.